Estamos en Milús para el interview con Adaluz.
Hola.
Hola. Y Adriana. Y va a hacer el interview Carmela. En français.
En français.
Wow.
Alors, est-ce que tu peux me dire ton prénom et d'où tu viens?
Mon prénom, c'est Adriana Rachish. Je viens de l'Argentine.
Toi?
Et je m'appelle Adaluz Castañeda et je viens de Mexique.
Très bien.
Bridges is inspired about a journey to Argentina to learn the tango. The tango was born out of an influx of migrants into Buenos Aires in the early 1900s, and those migrants bringing with them their musical traditions. When they arrived in Buenos Aires, the migrants were all housed in conventillos, which were more or less tenement buildings. So you had lots of small rooms side by side with families living in each of them. And when you listen to the tango and see the dance danced, you can see the influence of, say, the German accordion, the flamenco, Spanish flamenco, and the African style of dancing, the circular dance. We wanted to make a show that celebrates this coming together of people from all over the world, that highlights how new art forms come out of this mix of cultures. So in order to make that show, we wanted to embark on a research process to talk to migrants about what their experience of moving to a new country is.
Okay, so my first question is just, can I ask you to say your name, your age and your nationality?
My age has been personal. My name is Cuthbert Williams, but everybody calls me Bert. I was born on the 6th of February 1944, and that was during the Second World War.
Our interview questions, the research interview questions, took the interview from people's expectations, their reasons for leaving a country, and their arrival into the new country, living in the country, and what they had their hopes for the future were. And we talked to people who'd moved here for economic reasons, people who'd come here as illegal immigrants, people who'd come here as children with their families who were coming here for work. And we carried out 47 different interviews with over 20 different nationalities in 3 different languages, in Spanish, French and English. And all of those interviews get typed up verbatim, and they have inspired the show. So whether that's in the dialogue that you hear characters speaking, in the soundtrack you can hear voices of the people that we've met. It informs scenes, costumes. It colours all of Ragroof's work.
Hello, I am Anne-Mary Theresa Duggan from Ballyshannon, County Donegal, Ireland.
My married name is Margaret Mary Agnes Davis, and my single name was Margaret Mary Agnes Loughnane, Irish.
Cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, singing cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh.
Why is it important to build a relationship with interviewees?
So when we carry out our interviews, we build a really strong bond with that person because they're sharing quite a big part of themselves with us. And so that means that we're building a new audience for our work. The interviewees really feel a sense of ownership over our work, and that's how we want them to feel. It's like they're changing the course of our show. They could say something that might end up as a scene in a show, and for them that's a treasure, because they're getting to share the small details of their lives, and that we're putting a spotlight on them. We really want to give a voice to different communities to let their experience be shared. Bridges is about the universal feeling of migration, what it's like to arrive into a new country where you don't speak the language, what it's like trying to create a new home for yourself. Where do you call home and why was one of the questions we asked people when we talked to them. And that's quite a hard question to answer sometimes. Where do you want to rest your bones? Where do you want to defend? What country is it that you want to feel a part of?
What was your aim?
Bridges aims to challenge the perceptions of its audience and ask them to consider the challenges of migration, to look around them into their community and empathise with the people that are around them, try and make their lives a little bit easier if they can.
Tell me about the making process.
Well, we found that the creative process of making bridges actually reflected the themes that we wanted bridges to deal with. So crossing language barriers, there were 3 different languages, spoken languages in the room, and many other physical languages spoken in the rehearsal room. And they became things that, manifested themselves in the show, actually. And we really want to sort of celebrate how dance and physical movement, and you can transcend language, actually, spoken language through a sort of more visual, physical language. The characters in the show represent all different strands of migration, so that we represent illegal immigration, economic migration, moving as a child from one country to another, and what that is like, moving because your partner has got a job in a new country, what that feels like. And we really want the audience to step into those shoes, to sort of walk through the journey. So as they're going through, they'll experience different feelings of migration.
My name, Nirmala Shukla. Nairobi થી આવું છું ને બ્રાઇટનમાં રહું છું. I come from Nairobi. I stay in Brighton. Then the bride and groom, they feed each other only a little bit. वर कन्या जमीरे कंसार के वो गड़ो लागे रे. सासूजी सजी शुभ श्रृंगार पीरसवानी चालिया रे. घीनी वाटकी साकर तैयार कंसार के वो गड़ो लागे रे. माथे नाखी घी केरी धार संसार फड़ो लागे रे. Every occasion we have different songs.
طالي أرسقط بوحة جورا يحورة يثموت القبير الجزائر.
Oui, mais moi aussi, je suis Mloul Louisa, je suis née en Kabylie, en Algérie.
قرني مواندو فرحات أنا محمد بن سعيد روح دي ثمورت القبير ثدارتي وقرنس أثيكن دونك سيزكا دي ثقيوانتن ويزكان الجزائر.